Once upon a time, high above the trees, a little dragon was playing with his friends. But suddenly he saw something very sad. The beautiful rainbow that always arched over their valley had started to fade. All of its pretty colors were disappearing. He flew down to tell his best friend, Sammy the squirrel, who was busy collecting nuts for winter. "Sammy, Sammy," he called, "come quickly. The rainbow is dying." So Sammy dropped his nuts and hurried after the dragon, and together they flew up to the top of Whispering Willow to see what was wrong. "Oh my goodness," gasped Sammy. "It doesn't look right. Its colors are all wrong. You see, the rainbow wasn't just any rainbow. It was a magic rainbow, and every color it made had a special meaning. Red meant courage, orange meant happiness, yellow meant friendship, green meant nature, blue meant freedom, indigo meant imagination, and violet meant wisdom. And they all worked together to keep the world healthy and happy. But now the colors were all wrong. Red looked tired, orange seemed scared. Yellow had become faded and dim, green felt gloomy and gray. Blue appeared weak, indigo turned upside down. And poor little Violet looked really, really cross. "What has happened?" asked the dragon, worried that his home might be in danger. And then a tiny voice said, "I don't know. We've lost our sparkle. Can you help us?" The dragon and Sammy looked around. "Who said that?" asked the dragon. "It's me," squeaked a little voice. "Over here." They saw 3 little cloud spirits floating nearby. "I'm Cuddles," said the pink one with a big smile. "I'm Ruffles," said the blue one with fluffy cheeks. "And I'm Dewdrop," said the green one with a shiny nose. "We heard you talking about your rainbow," said Cuddles. "You can call me Den, and this is Sammy, and we want to help you fix it." "Oh, thank you," said Dewdrop. "We need 7 color gems to bring back all of our colors." "7 color gems," repeated Sammy. "That sounds like a lot." "It is a lot," said Dewdrop, "but you only need to find one. Then we'll be able to make the rest ourselves." "Well, where do we need to go?" asked Den. "The first one is hidden in the Whisperwood," said Cuddles. "But be careful. Some grumpy trolls live there and they hate dragons." "Grumpy trolls," said Sammy. "How grumpy?" "Oh, so grumpy," sighed Dewdrop, "that they suck all the happiness out of everything. They even turn that cute little mushroom red with their grumpiness. So how do we get past them?" asked Den. "If you can answer this riddle," said Cuddles, "you may pass. Here goes. What has an eye but cannot see? What has a tongue but cannot speak?" Said Den. "Let me think." Then he shouted, "Is it a shoe?" "Wrong," said Cuddles. "A shoe has laces, not a tongue." "Oh, silly me," said Den. "I'd completely forgotten." "How do you know?" said Sammy. "Because," said Cuddles, "it's got a point, but it can't write. It's a mountain." So they flew off to find the next gem, but they soon came across a wide, deep, and very scary gorge. "This is awful," said Den. "There's no way we can fly across." Just then, a gruff voice said, "Looking for someone to cross my bridge." There was a narrow stone bridge over the gorge, but it looked very old and a little shaky. "Do we have to use the bridge?" asked Sammy. "Of course you do," said the voice. "It's the only way across." "Are you sure?" asked Den suspiciously. "Why would you want us to cross your rickety old bridge? Who knows how long it's been since anyone's walked on this thing? There could be loose stones or cracks that no one knows about. Anyone crossing could lose their footing and fall into the gorge below. You wouldn't want that to happen, would you?" "No, I suppose not," said Sammy. Just then, a kind voice said, "Don't worry, I'll carry you." And with that, a big blue butterfly landed on Den's nose and offered to take him across. "Really? Thank you," said Den. He slid onto her back and she flew him safely to the other side. "Oh, thank you so much," said Den. "You're welcome," said the butterfly. "I live on the other side of the gorge, and I love helping people." "Well, I'm off then," said Sammy. "See you later," called Den, waving goodbye. When they reached the third side, they found a clearing with a sparkling waterfall, and behind it was the last color gem. "Wow," said Den. "It looks beautiful," but before he could reach out to touch it, a twig snapped behind him. He whirled around to see a pair of glowing yellow eyes staring at him in the dark. "Oh dear," said Sammy. "What do we do?" Then the eyes disappeared. "Quick, hide," whispered Den. Sammy ran behind a tree, but Den didn't move. He wanted to be brave and stand his ground. But when the creature stepped into the light, he couldn't help but feel a little scared. It was a massive troll with mossy green hair, knobbly knees, and a very grumpy face. "Hello," said Den, trying to sound brave. "Hello," said the troll. "Are you lost?" "No, not really," said Den. "We're looking for the final color gem. And why do you want that?" Asked the troll. "To fix the rainbow," said Den. "I hate rainbows," said the troll. "They're so bright and cheerful. I much prefer gray skies and dark clouds." "So you're not getting that gem?" "Oh, really?" said Den, "but it's already yours. You found it when you picked up that rock to sit on." "What?" said the troll. "I did." Den nodded. "You see, that rock was actually a color gem. And by sitting on it, you made it turn brown with your grumpiness." The troll looked at the rock in his hands. "Oh, I had no idea," he said, suddenly looking much less grumpy. "Here you are, then," he said, handing it to Den. "Thank you," said Den. He took the gem and, with all four of them watching, he placed it behind the waterfall and poof, it turned purple. Then the three cloud spirits flew over to collect their new gem. "Now we can make all of the other colors ourselves," said Cuddles excitedly. And with that, they flew off toward the rainbow. Meanwhile, Den and Sammy were making their way home when they heard a shout. "Hey, come back here, you two!" They turned to see the troll running toward them. "You forgot something," he said, handing Den a small mirror. "What's this?" asked Den. "This is so you can remind yourself of today's colors," said the troll. "Whenever you feel scared, look inside and remember how brave you were when you faced me. Whenever you feel unhappy, look inside and remember how I used to feel until I met you. Whenever you feel unloved, look inside and remember how kind the butterfly was to help us cross the gorge. Whenever you feel lonely, look inside and remember how much fun we had exploring together." Den and Sammy smiled at each other. Then they hugged the troll goodbye and hurried home to show the others their new gem. When they arrived, the rainbow was shining brighter than ever. The colors were back and the cloud spirits were dancing happily. "Thank you," they cried. "We're so happy the rainbow is fixed. Let's celebrate with a big campfire and some marshmallow toasting." And so they sat around the fire, sharing stories and laughter. And as they looked up at the stars, they knew that they'd made some new friends along the way. The end. Did you enjoy this story? Why not watch this next video? Click the animated Watch Next button below. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our magical stories.